Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Danny Burke with BurksBeat.com. I've got three plays across the diamond for all of you today. Let's get into it. Starting in my neck of the woods at the friendly confines, the Cubbies are desperate for a win, and they'll have a good chance to do just that against the Cincinnati Reds, an offense that's been worse than what we've seen from the Cubbies, believe it or not. Cincinnati, 29th in weighted runs created plus in the month of May with a number of 75. Chicago's at 19th, their spots at 96. Now, Javier Assad is taking the bump for Chicago. He's been one of their better pitchers. He's got a 2.17 ERA. He's been great at limiting the damage in play. His batting average of balls in play under 300, which is what you want. He's at 242. Now, the wind's also blowing in. He's been a little susceptible to a higher fly ball rate, but we know how crucial those Wrigley winds are. It's coming in and across, so that should limit the potential damage he may allow from leaving the ballpark. Opposing Javier Assad is going to be Graham Ashcraft, who has not fared well against Chicago in his career. 1-5 in 6 career starts with a 9.45 earned run average. And this season hasn't been that much better. Look, his ERA is 4.67, his FIP is 4.68. So what you see is what you get with Graham Ashcraft. The Cubbies should be absolutely livid with how they've performed not only in this month when they're 10 and 17, but against the Brewers in their past series where they dropped 3 out of 4. So they'll use that fuel. They'll be ready to go. Prime game time start at 1:20 in the afternoon. Backed behind a solid pitcher in Assad, the Cubbies should get back into the W column. I'm laying minus buck 45 on them to believe they can do just that. All right, moving along, let's talk Red Sox and Tigers. The Red Sox have gotten good pitching, but have struggled on the offensive side as well, just like the Cubbies. Tanner Houck is taking the bump for them this evening, and he's a pitcher I actually took a flyer on at 60 to 1 to win American League Cy Young. Numbers back it up. He's been phenomenal. 190 ERA, 212 on his FIP, 2.4% home run to fly ball ratio, and a ground ball rate of 57%. Folks, if you're over 40%, you're feeling mighty fine. He is well above that. The issue is he's not getting any wins under his belt because the Red Sox as an offensive unit are not helping him. But they'll have a chance to do so against the struggling Kenta Maeda. Despite him coming off a 5 innings pitch shutout in the last outing, his xFIP was 609 for that, so it was actually sort of an anomaly. And his ERA is 580, so don't really buy the hype from the recency bias of Maeda. He's got over 16% home run to fly ball ratio. His FIP is at 598. The outing before the shutout gave up 7 earned runs in 2 innings, 1223 on that xFIP. That's more of the Kenta Maeda we should see. I believe the Red Sox will look to take advantage against him, back up Hawk, and get the job done. Now, the offense still scares me a little bit, so I'm not going with the traditional run line, and the money line is too expensive, so I'm going with the flat one on the Red Sox with the odds of minus 117. Our final play, the Great White North. We are going with the run line for the home team in this spot. Toronto minus 1.5 at plus 132. They're coming off a sweep of the Southsiders here in Chicago. Had a day off. They'll be ready to go against the Southpaw Bailey Falter, who at face value with a 3.55 ERA looks great. But then you look at his xERA, his expected ERA, 5.06. His xFIP is 480. He should be due to get beat up against his Toronto team that has been performing a lot better against lefties the last 10 days. And Bailey Falter, his last 4 games, despite only giving up 8 earned runs, his xFIP is at 538. And as for the home team, Jose Barrios is going to be taking the bump. He's done pretty well so far. 294 ERA, his xFIP 399, so more of an indication of what's to be expected, but still not too concerning. Got a nice ground ball rate, 47%, left on base percentage of 88%. So runners that are getting on base, they're being stranded 88% of the time. And his home and road splits indicate he feels a lot more comfortable pitching in Canada, where he's got a 169 ERA compared to 376 on the road. And then you look at his FIP. At home, it's 346. On the road, it's 519. Yeah, pretty big difference there. And the Pirates 25th in weighted runs created plus against righties in the month of May. Toronto should do enough offensively against a pitcher that is due to regress in Bailey Falter, and Barrios should sustain a comfortable enough lead to get this run line to cash. So plus 132 are the odds. Run line with Toronto. That's my third and final play for this Friday slate of Major League Baseball action. Best of luck with all of your bets today. We'll look to talk again soon. Make sure you check out BurkeSpeed.com.